everybody, it's Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and we are playing some more BattleTech. We are continuing where we left off, and in between episodes, I did a couple administrative things with our mercenary company. First and probably most obvious is we came here and we actually customized our mercenary company. So we changed the name to the Eternal Nemesis because I thought that sounded cool. I did the circular fireballs because, you know, they kind of gave the whole infinity symbol, and then I kind of went with this whole black and then a little bit of red theme. They kind of, you know, I like the idea of them being like these harbingers of death. And so yeah, so that was our mercenary company. Other thing I ended up doing is I went through and talked to everyone, and basically I knocked out all the tutorial. They had basically, hey, this is how you run your mercenary company, and this is what you do, and this is what you do when you're trying to navigate and stuff like that, and stuff that wasn't really that big of a deal, and I just didn't want to do it on camera because it was going to take too long. Most of it I already knew anyways. Then the other thing I did is I set up our Vindicator to get repaired, and then I retrofitted two of our other mechs. The reason for that is on both of these two mechs, well, and maybe even on our Vindicator, we'll have to see, they actually had ammo in, so if we retrofit, they actually had ammo in the center torso. So if you hover over any ammo, what it tells you is ammo bins contains the rounds needed for projectile-based weapons. Okay, blah, 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 blah. But then it goes on to say ammo bins will explode and destroy their installed location when they receive a critical hit. So by having ammo here, what could potentially happen is if the AI gets a lucky hit on me, or our enemies get a lucky hit on me on our center torso, they will immediately explode. And if the center torso explodes and basically is destroyed, your mech is out of it and your pilot gets incapacitated. So because of that, I decided to move the ammo elsewhere where it would be a little less dangerous to us if they got a lucky crit hit on us. Now, I don't know about our Vindicator. I don't know if you have any ammo in the center section. You probably do. I could stop work, I could go retrofit, but we'll just take care of it in 2 days when it is done repairing. Before we actually get into advancing time, I do want to go ahead and talk to everyone else because they just have some random dialogue that I think we should find out. I did do this one already, but we'll talk to him again. So anyways, good to see you at the Ops, Brian. Can I help? Can I do something for you? And yeah, sure, that's fair, and I'm glad you're taking an interest. I got time to get into the nuts and bolts of it if you do. What do you want to know? So remind me why we took so many loans in the first place. How much time have you got? I mean, we've been hit with 1,000 expenses since we were forced to flee Commandeer, but I guess you're mostly interested in the big ticket items. Well, first and foremost, there's the Leopard. We still owe a lot of money on the ship, and losing her isn't an option. Then you got all the assorted fallout from our impromptu trip across the frontier, jump ship passage, docking fees, miscellaneous travel expenses all paid on for credit, as if we had a choice. There's more than that I could get into. The loan we took out to set up Markham's family, etc., but that'd be gilding the lily at this point. The fact is, we're in a lot of trouble with a lot of lenders, but hey, we're mercenaries, we live for trouble. And so who are we in debt to exactly? I want names. How about I give you the top 3? First, you got the Blue Horizon. That's the big commercial bank on Lyraton. They're the ones that own the lease on the ship. Lyraton is a system in the Urigan frontier. It was formerly Capellian garrison world, lost after the Second Succession War. Population of Lyraton is spread across 3 tropical moons. Ooh. The system's large gas giant. Each moon is independent, and civil conflict between the moons makes the system tense and dangerous place. All right, so not a place to vacation. Gotcha. They're the ones that own the lease on the ship. Then there's the Iridi Consortium. They've got people everywhere, and they're based somewhere in the Merrick space. We stand united are their words. Okay, whatever. We borrowed from one of their associates to make the jump away from Commandeer on the day of the coup. Okay, and let me ask you about something else, and then got a few minutes to chat. I'd like to catch up. Before any of this started, you work on the Irana Royal Guard. Tell me about it. It was more than just a deployment, it was a full campaign. High Lord Tamati gave us jobs back in 19. We were supposed to be assisting the Royal Guard to round up and eliminate a pirate clan of Fajar. Commander Markham thought it'd be easy money, turned out to be anything but. So it was the bleak ice planet. Okay, I don't think I care about all these individual worlds. So we lost 12 MechWarriors in 3 months on the Fajar campaign. Had to hose them out of their cockpits. Ugh. Would have been more if it wasn't for Sir Raju. He saved our people's asses on more than one occasion. Went out of his way to do it. And the thing is, he didn't have to. We weren't under his protection. We were the hired help. So tell me about yourself. Where are you from? Oh, I think there's more dialogue there, whatever. I grew up on Nasu Heights. It's one of the hub stations orbiting R2. 30 decks of economic stratification with the corporate suits in the upper deck and everyone else crammed in the lower ones. Mild Manor was the dockhand. We lived on deck 28, 2 levels up from the bottom with other stations maintenance personnel. So you're poor then. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. My dad would load and unload shuttles, vacuum sealed cooler, and nutrient paste for people like us and luxury goods for the suits upstairs. So it's food stuff. Cool. All right. So the old man must have unloaded 1,000 cases of a Cassadillion eel roll, plump succulent eggs the size of melon balls. Ugh. Never got the taste any though. Any of those tins would have cost him half a year's wages. Ugh. So aquatic world famed for its bountiful deadly oceans. Human population is clustered on volcanic island. Okay. Cool. Sounds like a nice planet. And that's about it. You know, we didn't look at those. We didn't actually look at the second thing. Was there actually something else there? So, yo. Did he actually say something else? Anyways, Brian, I don't want to saddle you with my life story. Suffice to say, I got an eye full of what I didn't want to be on Nasu Heights, and I did what I had to do to change my circumstances. And by the age of 16, I struck out on my own. I left that station with a handful of skills and an enormous web of contacts and a rucksack full of that expensive caviar. And once I made it off Nasu Heights, I never ever looked back. So, I just want to see his last thing on this first one, just in case. A lot of people in Massive's position would have used this as cannon fodder. He was a good man, Brian. Okay, cool. All right, well, that's enough. That's all I need for you. So then let's go talk to our mech dude. Let's go talk to Yang. Hello, man. I want an assessment on the Leopard. How much trouble are we in? Don't know. I mean, we're okay for the moment, but give it a few months, maybe a year. You know how it goes. Eventually, everything falls apart. Okay, tell me about yourself. Maybe our drive system will give out. Maybe our debris will perforate the hole. Who knows? But on the day, we're going to need to be able to cover our repair costs. And if we can't, well, that'll be that. So how'd you wind up with this crew? Well, that's a long story, boss. Shortest version I can give you. I signed on after I served my term in the Third Succession War, fighting for the Capellian Confederation. If you want to know more, you can ask whatever you want. Otherwise, let's get back to talking shop. So where are you from originally? Brian, in the Confederation, you may have heard of our claim to fame, the Crowley Lizard Cow. No, trust me, they're delicious. An edible reptilian indigenous to the planet Bryant, the meat of Crowley Lizard Cow is considered a delicacy and is one of Bryant's few planetary exports. Anyway, as the story goes, Bryant was a really nice place once. A tourist spot, big with hikers and fishing enthusiasts, pale blue skies, emerald green seas, and a blooming agricultural business. You know, the works. I never knew it that way, though. Stefan Amaris got to a couple centuries before I was born, and well, that was that. So, President of the Rimworld Republic, Stefan Amaris expanded the Republican Army and placed Republican agents in key positions throughout the Star League. He fostered a close relationship with Richard Cameron while the First Lord was in his minority. When Cameron came of age, Amaris guided him towards policy that would move Alexander Krefs's SLDF Star League Defense Force away from Terra and place Republican forces there instead. With these preparations in place, he murdered Richard Cameron and declared himself First Lord. So this is what actually started then the Succession Wars. He raised the Rimworld Republic, returned to Terra to defeat Amaris' force, and captured him. He was executed in Firing Squad 2779, and his remains were donated to the medical school of the University of New Smartland. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that is what began the fall of the Star League and then the beginning of the Succession Wars. So Brian used to have these enormous orbital mirrors, storm inhibitors they called them. The Star League put them in place. When Amaris took a system in his civil war, he had his troops use them for target practice. Without those mirrors, Bryant reverted to its natural state, a miserable little ball of windblown dirt actively hostile to human life. Well, that's terrible. By the time I came along, the only place where people could live in relative safety were the planet's poles. Of course, you can't fit a planet's entire population into a handful of cities at its poles. There's enough space no matter how far you dig down or how tall you build. A lot of people, mostly the poor, died in the early days. There's still a lot of overcrowding. That sucks. So that's my childhood home in a nutshell. Way too many people jammed into a tiny claustrophobic space with nowhere to go but off planet. I cleared out of there as fast as I could, never looked back. Although I miss the taste of lizard cow. Tell me about your time in the military. Who'd you serve with? Second, St. Ive Lancer, 1st Battalion under Major Ling. We saw more action than most. The arm is a souvenir of my time in the service. I lost my original back in 3010 St. Louis. St. Louis, well-connected, well-financed regiment. Cool. St. Louis. is an important agricultural center. Cool. All right. You know, when we first arrived St. Louis, I love the place. Agricultural world, sort of a breadbasket for its neighboring system. Green fields, rolling hills, you get the picture. We just walked out of hell on Kittery, and Fedrach drove us out in 05 with our tails between our legs, so it looked like paradise to us. I remember kicking back in the mech bay, my feet propped up in an engine block, sipping a sifter of ambergris vermouth. Not a bad way to spend a sunny afternoon. Anyway, it turned out the Federation sons weren't done with us. Yes, we were barely a month into our deployment when they sent CD hussars to burn us out. Is this a person? Created by the Federation sons in effort to replicate a light horse style. Mechs and mounted infantry, so basically swift raids. Okay, like Blitzkrieg. I'm sure there were some sound strategic reasons for House Devon and St. Louis, but it sure felt personal to me. Long story short, when the scouts managed to slip through our perimeter and hit my mech bay, I was tinkering around in Centuria's custom-made rumble seats at the time. Being surrounded by all armor is the only reason I made it out alive. Still, I didn't make it out unscathed, lost 2 of my favorite assistants and my own right arm, and I got this ugly thing grafted on me as a reminder. Okay, why'd you leave? A lot of dialogue. Ugh. So after my tour of duty, you mean? I don't know, it was just time for a change. Besides, the place wasn't for me anymore. It never really was. In a way, it never really was. I learned a lot from my time in service, got first-hand view of the elitist bullshit that saturates Capellan culture, how it rewards highborn idiots at the common people's expense. Speaking as a thoroughly common man didn't sit right with me. When my tour was over, I walked away and never looked back. You brought my mech back from the brink more than once. Yeah, sure. From where it's worth, I'm glad you walked away. Way more than once, if memory serves. Still, I appreciate your kind words. What it's worth, I'm happy to be here with this crew. You never really get away from the aristocratic. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're competent, noble, and you aren't afraid to get your hands dirty at the end of the day. That's all I really care about. I wonder how many times I watch talented engineers get passed over from promotion. Cool. I probably would have done the same. Let's talk about something else. Okay, I think I am done with you now. Ugh, a lot of dialogue. If I would have known it would have been that much dialogue, I probably wouldn't have talked to everyone. At this point, let's just grind through it. Then we don't have to again. So, does the decision we made about uncertified contracts satisfy your concern? My concerns won't be satisfied until our creditors have been paid and the loan sharks are off our backs, but at least it's a step in the right direction. And that makes me happy. I'm not blind to the risk of uncertified contracts entailed, by the way. I mean, I know that what we're doing is dangerous, but it's the best chance we've got to dig ourselves out of this hole. So tell me about yourself. Well, I'm from a noble family like you. We're old money, made our fortune in the Rosshog, then replicated to the Turian Concordant. That's where I grew up. I'm not sure if it's the kind of stuff you're hoping to hear, but we can talk about whatever. Where the Concordant are you from? I grew up in New Vandenberg. Nice enough place, I suppose. Do you like birds? Why do you ask? Because New Vandenberg is crawling with them. It's basically one big aviary. Something like 2/3 of the native fauna have feathers, flutters on the wind, and spatters excrement across every available surface. That sounds terrible. Naturally, the original colonists adopted the feathery little monsters into the culture, and those of us that came after were stuck with it. Statue fountains, murals, you name it. Just one giant feathery pile of screeching alien birds. If the system had a motto, it'd be squawk. Cute. Maybe if I hadn't grown up with it. Where'd you learn to pilot a leopard? So, Turian Naval Institute on New Vandenberg, well, among other places, is a big campus. Low-gravity training station orbiting Lompoc was my second home. TNI isn't training usually open to civilians, but my parents had good credit, and they could name-drop Protector Cauldron that gets you pretty far, for a while at least. Other cadets in my class weren't especially happy sharing air with a civvy, but they couldn't say much. I was nobility, they weren't. Everyone sort of kept me at arm's length, so I had plenty of time to concentrate on my studies. Got my certification both dropship and jump ship. Even tried working on commercial jump for a while, once upon a time. The people were fun, but it wasn't for me. Ratio of flying to violent jump sickness skewed in the wrong direction. Tell me about House Meyer. You're looking at my parents are both gone, blood cancer, heart disease, respectively, both treatable, but they're out of money at that point. Ditto my brother David, who ran off to serve in the Third Succession War, never came back. I'm sorry. The galaxy was at war for nearly 200 years, Commander. People died. You don't need to apologize. Truthfully, I was never really all that close to any of them. David was 13 years older than me and had foot out the door before I turned 3, and my parents, well, they raised me by proxy in the traditional noble fashion. There was no real bond there, even when I was young. None of this is to say my folks were bad people. They weren't. They just were doing what they knew. Upbringing had been outsourced just like mine was. So, last one, your family came from Austenlog. It was a long time ago, but yeah, my parents told me we were landowners, agricultural world, cool, and it means potato, cool. Anyways, moving on, House Meyer's holdings were meager, but the value of the land was expensive, cool. And then Third Succession War broke out, and Mayor didn't want a single part of what was happening, so they emptied their accounts and ran. Awesome. Okay, Well, let's actually get to a mission then. So, all right, we have done, I think, everything we need to do. So let's go ahead and pop up our contracts, and we're going to go grab our first contract. So it's called Middle Management. So our intelligence operatives believe that the local government leaders present and vulnerable on the surface of Bellerophon. Eliminating them will leave the organization in shambles and clear the field for Merrick operations. The target will be relatively unguarded, and we'd like you to strike during this window of opportunity. So our max pay is 150. Our max salvage we'll get over here in a second. Reputation there. And we're doing it for the Free Worlds League, and it's a half a star. It's in the Badlands, which means it'll be harder for mechs to sink heat. Okay. And then we want to assassinate. Also, they're going to pay for our travel. So let's go ahead and negotiate. So here is where you can actually change how much money you make versus how much salvage you make versus rep bonus. So if we wanted as much rep as possible, and the more rep you get with a certain group, the better missions they give you. So if you want better missions, you kind of need to get more rep. But then to get better rep, we need to lower our payment, lower our salvage. Salvage, how that works is, so for example, if we bump our salvage up all the way, it says 1 of 6. So what that means, at the end of the mission, out of all the things we blow up and all the salvage we could salvage from, we can pick one piece that we're like, we definitely want that. And then there's 6 others that they basically give us, and it's completely randomized. One thing to note about this is you need 3 parts of a mech. You need 3 mech salvages to actually build a mech. So even if we bump this up all the way, we'd only, and there was like 3 parts of a mech there, we'd only be able to pick one, and we'd have to hope to get the other 2. So salvage is good. Also, it's a great way to, get more weapons and stuff like that. Money, I think, is what we really need at this point in our career. And I think we're going to go for the 82,000. We're going to go for the salvage 0 of 3. I hate that. But I really do want a rep bonus. I would like to get a little bit of rep bonus. It's only +2, though. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Now, I want to at least pick one piece of salvage. So, sorry, no rep bonus. It's early enough that it doesn't really matter. So they'd like to offer you a choice contract as a leader of a respected mercenary company. Terms are both fair and equitable, I think. Okay, so we'll accept it that way. And so now we're going to go ahead and travel over there. It's going to take, 12 days? Luckily, they pay for it. And during that time, we're going to go ahead and get all this stuff finished. Whoop, we need to actually pause. Whoops. Well, so this is the jump ship. So these are the giant jump ships that jump between systems. By the way, you have to wait there 5 days before they jump. So I did read that. We want to go here to the bays really quickly, and I want to make sure that our Vindicator doesn't need to be retrofitted. Nope, you just have jump jets in the middle. Okay, so we're good there. So let's go back out to the Leopard, and let's go ahead and unpause the time.
That work order you submitted is complete.
So the crew is ready for the next job. So we finished all of our repairs and all our retrofits, so now it's just time for us just to go to the next planet, and we can launch the mission right away. These things are cool. I like them. I wouldn't mind piloting one of them. Might be kind of boring, though. Because isn't it, like, near instantaneous? So basically you just sit there for 5 days and then shoot off? Anyways, so these are events that are going to pop up every once in a while we're traveling around and stuff like that. We're going to get events. So you're on the Leopard's Bridge with Sumer, Yang, and Darius for the daily staff briefing. Darius says we received 3 messages from the bank's loan sharks. Sumer cuts in. From the people who are financing us, Darius continues. They're considering rewriting the terms of our loan, so it'll be easier to seize the ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they believe we can't fight it in court. So from what I've seen both this one and I've seen both this one, and we ended up with the same thing out of all of them. So I don't know what ignore the message is going to do, but it doesn't sound too good. So we're going to actually educate the banks because I think this one sounds cooler. So I'll deal with it, you say. Later you record a response. And you sternly remind the lien holders as the financial institutions operating on Detroit 3, they must abide by local contract laws. You even cite the relevant sections of legal code from memory. Then you point out that as you've kept records of all payments and correspondence concerning the loans, you'd be able to demonstrate in court that the proposed revisions to the agreed upon terms would represent such a gross violation of the law, you would undoubtedly be awarded a second dropship at the bank's expense. Once the camera's off, Sumer says, there's no way they'll push you on this. Too bad. I'd like to see loan sharks grovel. So your company gained the following tags. Loan status fair. So the company's credits rated as fair, which should deter them from sending bounty hunters after you. Woot. So we'll unpause it, and we got 3 days until we arrive for a mission. All right. So one thing I was reading the tutorials. Yeah, let's go ahead and proceed. Is they talk about having like different mechs, like different mech loadouts. So there is something to be said about having like for example, two Shadowhawks, but one is more missile heavy, one is more laser heavy, one is, you know, basically changing their complete loadout. And the reason for that is, you know, based on the planet and the people you're fighting, you may want one or the other different kind of loadout. So for now, we're just gonna roll with the good mechs that we have. And we're going to put the same people out. I'm going to go back into the Blackjack. Glitch is going to go into the Vindicator. Behemoth is going to go the Shadowhawk. And then we're going to use Decker because I really want the sensor lock. So let's go ahead and deploy. I don't think there's anything else we can do. I don't know if you can ever send more than 4. I don't know if later on in the game you can send more than 4, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. So, sounds like we're hitting a middle manager. The target won't be a lone commander, and there's a bonus if we can clean up the escorting units as well. Still, if things get too hot, we can always hit and run. So one thing, I did this mission on live stream. I'm intrigued to see if it's the same map.
Command interface initiated.
I don't know. We'll see here in a second. Commander Intel was right. The target is in the AO and only lightly guarded. We're seeing a lot of local government activity nearby. That's probably the target. Take them out, get to the evac zone, and then we get paid. So no, I actually don't think this is the same one. No, it's not. Okay. You're way the heck over here? Oh my gosh, you're way the heck over there. It's gonna take a while to get there. So then, we're pretty much on the edge of the map. I think I want to come through this direction here. Yeah. Can we jump jet up here? We cannot. So then let's run over here. The goal is to hopefully not run into any mechs for a little bit of time. So,
On my way.
and then Decker, you know what? We're just gonna put you all the way up here. Congratulations, you get to jump. Crap. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. An enemy contact. Where did we spot? And did they spot us? Where's this enemy contact? Over here. Noted. Oh no, right here. Oh snap. It's a locust. So the locust is super, super small. So we should have no trouble killing this guy. Unfortunately, he did take a shot at Decker, but he missed everything because of our evasion. Woof. Woof. That got a little scary. They also have another unknown mech in the back. So I'm going to actually reserve you for the time being, and I should still get to go before him. Nope. I should have actually jumped Decker back, I think. Once again, we got really lucky with these misses. Okay. Wow, that got a little scary. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's good. So both of his guys win, so we should have no trouble knocking them out at this point. The 4 and the 3, so these are going to be a little harder. So let us actually go ahead and sensor lock. Ooh. Do we want to move you first? Because you're going to lose all your evasion. I think we're actually going to jump you back down. Because you don't really need to be fighting. And we're going to instead use him to sensor lock to remove some of the evasion so we can easily kill them. So that gets rid of 2 of his evasions, which should make him a little more easier to kill. So the question is, who had the long range? I'm almost certain Glitch was more of the long range one. You have the LRM, long range missiles. The PVC, I think, is a long range missile, very long. Shadowhawk has the AC5, which is also very long. LRM5, which is also very long. Oh, extreme. So she's very long too. But but she's kind of our tank. For now, let's start with Glitch.
Ready?
We'll start with Glitch. And I'm just going to shoot at the Locust for the time being. If I can knock out the Locust, then we can focus fire down the other guy. But for now, let's just shoot him with everything we have. That sucks. So we can't use the short laser because we're too far. We can't use the long-range missile, or we can't hit with it because we're too close. That's fine.
Roger that. Firing on target.
We did expose, it looks like his center torso. So. And he's down to 1 evasion.
Waiting for orders.
I'm gonna actually put her, I think, right up here in the middle. Because remember, she can take a beating. Better than anyone else. So I'd rather put myself in the other forest spot. Oh, actually, no, we hit here. We could call a shot on it. And that would destroy his arm. But the thing is, he's gonna have... let's save it. Let's save it for later. Well, and we'll turn off the long range. So we injured the pilot.
That hit something good.
He's been critted, and he's at extremely low HP. So, last but not least, let's go ahead and launch you up here. And we should be able to finish him at this point. I could multi-target. You're at 7 HP left, which should not be hard to take care of. So I feel like we should be able to easily kill the Locust. So let's put 2 on A and the rest on B. You have 60% on B. 60%. Let's do something like that.
Engaging multiple.
The goal is he dies. Good. Got scared there because it took a little bit. And we also exposed the structure on this other guy. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, we knocked him down. What? Dang. Yeah, boy. Oh. Dude, that was some kick butt, man. So do we want to fly back up here? I think I'm just going to reserve you. I want to see if he stands up. He does stand up. Okay. I didn't want to hop up there, have him stand up, and immediately shoot Decker. I don't know. I still don't know what determines when they can and can't stand up. Like, I think you can do it immediately the next round, but sometimes I haven't seen it happen immediately in the next round. So you just missed. You missed Behemoth. It's gonna be a bad day for you.
Yes,
I don't
Commander.
think I can punch you
What
with
can I do
anyone.
for ya?
Now. So Behemoth actually gets a bonus for staying still. She gets the guarded bonus for standing still. So we might as well leave her here. And you got 25 damage HP left. So if we hit with like one of them, you're dead.
With target.
Ah, there we go. We got it. No, we didn't. Dang, it looked like we actually hit the center torso. Okay, so let's move up. Let's try glitch then.
Waiting for orders.
I think we can just kill this guy if I just keep shooting.
Got it.
Should maybe use my short. Nah, we're good. Goodbye. Okay.
Run when you
So we've
have
already
the
destroyed 67% of the supporting enemy forces. I will take that. We're going to move you up. And we're going to sprint you. So what do the rocks do? Rough terrain causes movement speed and causes units to take 150% stability damage. Plus 4 difficulty to hit units in rough terrain with melee attacks. Still, I'm going to rush you up here. We need your heat to go down a little bit. Remember, we are on a
Ready for orders.
hot planet, so we're gonna get a lot more heat problems than we did in the last episode. So, and you just brace. Okay, now we're just gonna move up nice and slow because we don't want to really risk anything for us. We found
Reporting
enemy contacts.
contact.
Another mech in that direction.
Orders.
Is there a danger to going too far this way? Maybe? Probably not. So I think we're just going to go here where we're nice and safe.
I copy.
And then we're going to sensor lock him. Actually, crap. He didn't move yet. So sensor locking him doesn't help me. Ah, crap. I always forget about that.
Locked on.
At least it gives me a chance to see who he is. Panther. Oh, he's a Panther. Dang. Okay. So I think the Panther is a better mech than what we have right now. We can still see him, and he only has 1 evasion. So this wasn't the worst thing in the world for us. We have an LRM that shoots 50% right now.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Glitch. You have a 60% with a bunch of missiles. And we don't have anything long range right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn. And we're going to take our long range shots. This is kind of the advantage we have right now because we have sensor lock and he doesn't. We can pop off some long distance attacks on him. I'd like to click you, and we're going to go with the 50% chance. Not going to do a lot because it's missiles. So I was reading, missiles are primarily to ruin their stability. Lasers are primarily... What was it? Ballistics were good. High damage, but they cost ammo.
I hear ya.
And then lasers, they just didn't cost anything. So they're just kind of like a good balance, I think. I think we can go there, be hidden so he can't hit us, and then we should be able to long-range missile him. Turn you off, turn you off. I don't think you have to actually turn it off because I just don't think it'll fire if you can't hit it with it. But still. Alright, good hits actually, good hits, good hits. So now we can move up here, and we can get some really good damage on him. The downside is we're going to be a bit exposed if we don't knock him down. But I'm feeling pretty confident right now. Could also call the shot. Nah. Nah. We're going to fire everything we have. Oh, man. 3 misses, dude. We did expose the structure, though. 3 misses, man. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Also keep in mind, he probably couldn't see... Yeah, he can see me now. You missed again. Nah, he might have hit me.
Damage minimal.
Yeah, because our armor's down to 1 now. Okay, so since he already moved, we will go ahead and once again sensor lock him. We could also come up and shoot him. Oh, that's so dangerous. Because if we can't kill him this turn... Yeah, we can kill him this turn.
Copy that.
Also, we'll have 3 evasions, so we'll be okay. I'm a little worried about putting him up here if we're not going to be able to get the kill. But I think we can get the kill. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and use both lasers. We could actually go for the right torso. But I think we're just going to shoot with both lasers. Let's do a little bit of damage, and we get rid of his evasion. That's kind of the big thing I wanted to do. What? Alright, so there are turrets, or there's someone else shooting at me. Noted. So we probably want to move ourselves.
Standing by.
Glitch. This could be a bad idea, only because of how much heat she runs through, but so far we look okay. Yeah, you're gonna get wrecked. I think we're even gonna take the 45% chance shots.
Firing everything I've got.
Oh, it looks like it hit, but it went through. So apparently you have to get the right arm to get the right torso to get the center torso. Noted.
Box.
Put you here.
Go.
And so the right arm is destroyed. I think the torso's still there, but the torso's at really low HP right now. And then you're at 13 HP. So if we can hit with multiple ones, one shot. Oh, it's got no, it only has 1 HP. If we hit with all 3, I'm pretty sure he's dead. If we hit with 2, I think he's still alive. And it looks like we didn't hit with enough to destroy him. Yeah. We did knock him down, though. Close, but no, not quite there. And then we are going to go ahead and jump down, because like I said, I have no idea what's attacking us right now. And we're going to come murder him, hopefully. We can't melee him, but we'll have to call our shot on him. And we should have no problem killing him with this. We'll turn off the AC2s because we don't want to overheat. Oh, God. That's a problem. Alright, we might not be able to get the kill. Okay, we got the kill. However, we are basically unable to shoot next turn without taking damage. Let's see what the enemy is going to do. And if he can still see me. No. Good, 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 good. So we're going to once again move up here in this direction.
On the move.
And we're going to spend a minute just kind of relaxing so we can dissipate our heat.
Coordinates received.
So I don't want to push up too far.
On my way.
Did we spot an enemy? I don't think so. Also, what's going on with our blackjack? I think that's just the heat. You haven't actually taken any structural damage yet. No, you're full fine. I'm gonna move 3.
Confirmed.
I didn't realize that was Decker.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, that wasn't Decker. Never mind, that was me.
Location confirmed.
Get everyone off the rough terrain, please. We did get an enemy contact. And that's probably the mech we have to kill, which is the target unit. Okay.
Good to go.
So what I want to do is I want to put you over here. We're going to hide behind the rocks so he can't shoot me directly. And then we're going to sensor lock him. I should have let him go first. One of these days. One of these days I'm going to remember. Because the problem is he's just going to run back and then be hidden again. Maybe?
Receiving you.
No, no, he's not hidden. Okay, so we're in a good spot then. So we can just start doing some long-range missiles. And he can't actually see me. So we'll take the double evasion, please.
On my way.
And it's going to be some long-range shooting going. So we killed a Panther. What was this one? We are fighting a Vindicator. So same as Glitch. All right. And go ahead and take the 65%.
Taking the shot.
So much armor, man.
Primary target damage, Commander.
It did next to nothing.
What can I do for you?
Whatever. It's fine. I'm going to put you here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put you over here. Because I don't think he can get a direct shot off on Meher. Since she's not in the forest, I want to keep her a little further back. And then we'll go with the long-range missiles.
Tell me what to shoot.
We have more than enough ammo to deal with this. And we can just keep peppering him. And I'm pretty sure I don't have any long-range attacks. No. So it might be better for me just to move up. Nah. We can move right here. And then we'll just guard. I thought the AC2s were extreme range. But they probably have to have line of sight. So my turn. We're going to reserve this time because I want him to move before I sensor lock him. Yeah, good thing I waited. Good thing I waited. Good, 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 good.
Commander.
So we are going to immediately sensor lock you. Now let's move away a little bit. That's still within range. No, actually, that's out of range. Let's just move back 1 then. Once again, I'm just trying to keep away so he can't shoot Decker. At least so we can get a better mech for Decker. I think sensor lock is one of his best abilities.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, so if we move up here, we can get you with 2. 80%. Digging.
Heading out.
So this should do some pretty decent damage. We'll also have 2 evasions. We'll also be in the forest, so we'll get cover. And we're going to go hard.
Target confirmed.
Those missiles seem to do better damage when you're also shooting them straight on. What damage did we do to him? It looks like we did like leg damage. This is forest, so we're good with that. And we'll have 2 85s. We'll have an 85 on the PVC, which is super high damage weapon. This is one of the few weapons, probably the only laser weapon that actually can knock them over. It does 20 stability damage. Dang, okay. Like you. Yeah, let's go.
Here we go.
Right in the torso. So I didn't figure we'd be able to kill him, but I was hoping we could at least do some damage, and it appears to be that way. What happens if you die? What happens if I take myself on a mission? Actually, I don't know if they can die or if they just take damage. So we hadn't really hurt them enough to, like, I think, precision strike. You know what? We could lower... Yeah, no, let's precision strike, because it's going to lower his initiative. And we can do it here and hopefully maybe destroy this. Gotta actually turn on my weapons. Okay. So we lowered his initiative. Oh, we actually hit him with both. I don't think we killed it, though. It wasn't super high damage. My long-range weapons don't do a lot of damage. We're gonna reserve again.
Waiting for my opening.
Oh, yeah, we lowered his initiative. So then...
What can I do for you? Waiting for
Let's take a shot with Behemoth, because she doesn't get a boost for running. It's almost dead. I could actually precision strike him again. I think we do it.
Engaging.
Ah, I was really hoping we could take his arm off. We didn't quite get it.
Good
Can we
to go.
precision strike again? No, we cannot. So let's move you up. We're only going to be able to get a single evasion on this. Yeah, I want at least one evasion, if possible. And then... one freaking HP, man. 1 HP left on that freaking torso. Alright, we got it. We got it. We got it. We knocked... Actually, no, we didn't. We must have exposed his arm, then. We'll move ourselves forward. I like being able to knock his initiative down. So then we want to go hard. Yeah, let's go hard. Oh, okay, we knocked the armor out. Now we're doing the actual... Gotcha. There.
All weapons committed.
Nah, not great. This long-range crap's kind of slow, just to be honest.
By.
I'm going to move him up here. And the reason is I'm probably going to try bringing him out next turn to attack. This turn, let's go ahead and brace. He also has 3 evasions, so he should be fine, even if the guy moves back to try shooting him. He moved into the forest, which is unfortunate. He took a shot at me, and I don't think did much of anything. So, we are going to reserve. Because I want to maintain all my stats. Now he moved out of the forest, so that actually worked really well. He's going to shoot back at me again, and he missed. I think he just straight missed. Right? Looks like he straight missed.
Standing by.
Can I punch her? Dang. Can I punch him? I can. Noted. Does he have evasion? He has a single evasion.
What's up, boss?
A little risky, but we'll get 4 evasion from this, and we're going to be able to flank him. Also, this is going to most definitely get rid of his evasion. So I think this is worth it. So much armor. So I don't think he has a lot of weapons. I think he's just super armored.
Moving out.
We're going to be at close range, so we're going to be able to use our better weapons now, too. That's the other thing. Hello. Still not within short range.
Special delivery.
Oh, yeah. Take it. Take it. Freaking torso's still alive, man. Ah.
Commander.
You get guarded by staying still, so sure. So we're about to blow up his arm and his torso. And I'm going to use the LRM, too. Let's just go with everything. There we go. At least we got an arm. The nice thing about the missiles is because you shoot so many, there's a good chance that even if you miss one or two, you still might hit some. So yeah, let's go up and punch him. He's not really that unsteady. So maybe I should just unload. I think it's better just to unload. We're gonna lose all our evasion charges, so maybe we should move back. Screw it. Let's just go. Hit him. Everything we got.
Committed.
We got his heat sink. We did a head hit, so we injured the pilot. I don't actually know what it means when you injure his head. Unfortunately, we didn't knock him down, and we also didn't destroy his right side. I think we gotta go. I think we gotta go with him. Yeah.
Roger that.
Yeah, I'm cool with this. Because now we're in the forest. He could come and punch me, potentially.
On it.
Do a little more damage. The problem is we put so much damage into his front. Doing the back shots doesn't seem worth it. Ow. Alright, well, he got some hits on me this time. Unfortunately for him, he did move close enough that Behemoth's going to be able to just whack him.
Orders.
Go beat him to death, please.
I copy.
Remember, she does a lot of damage melee, so...
My weight into it.
Yeah, he going down. He going down. And the thing is, even if I don't kill him, I should be able to knock him down. And then we can stomp him.
Engaging physical attack.
As long as we don't miss. Nope, got the knockdown. So, pilot is injured. He also lost initiative again. Ah, so since he lost initiative, we should have no problem
I hear ya.
hitting him next turn before he can get up. What's his center torso looking like? He's got 1 HP. He did.
Don't need to tell me twice.
He had 1 HP through that attack. Goodbye. Cool. And we finally got that freaking left torso destroyed, dang it. And we got inspired.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
Which I guess the inspired means they are a little better at fighting. So, well done, you managed to wipe out the Op 4 out. I can do extract right now, no need to get to our planned LZ. Sweet, thank you.
Successful.
Cool, cool. So now we get to pick which loot we wanted. So we got success, so our contract payment increased by 25%, so we made 102,000. We're now up to 20 on the Mercenary Review Board. We have one reputation with the Free Worlds League and 0 with the Planetary Government. Our morale's right in the middle. Top tier work, Commander. House Merrick is happy with the performance. Keep it up, and I'll make sure a lot more work comes your way. Cool. Next. So, 2 kills for me, 2 kills for Glitch, no kills for Decker or Behemoth, but they definitely helped out with support, and we didn't take any damage, so we're good. So we get to pick one potential service part. So there is a new mech here, a Commando, a light sniper and scout. The large laser mounted by most IB models, nothing to sniff at, but it lacks close-up impact to SRMs it replaces. Best to keep these units at a range for flanking and spotting. That actually seems what I'm trying to do. We can also grab a Panther or a Vindicator or a Locust. Last thing I want's the friggin' Locust, so... Sniper and Light Brawler. Panthers are solid all-around mechs, if a bit on the slow side. They make up for it with jump jets, considerable armor, and a hefty punch for their trademark PPC. You're a 35-tonner, so you're light, definitely. You are a 25-tonner, so you're super light. And then the Vindicator is a 45-tonner. Yeah. Ah, 35T. I gotcha. A hefty punch. They're even good at using slugging matches to good effect. So you have 4 lasers, you have 5 points, and then 1 support. You have 4 points and a support. The Vindicators have 6. So yeah, they do a lot of damage. They have a really good heat efficiency. What's the Panther's heat efficiency? Not bad. I think I don't really want the Commando because it's so tiny. So you know what? We're going to go for the Panther because we don't have the Panther yet. So we drag it there. That is the only one I can grab right now. And I'm going to receive 3 additionals. So we got a heat sink and then 2 jump jets. Well, that was dumb. So we don't have a Panther yet, but we have 1 of 3 pieces needed to actually build the Panther ourselves. So in the future, we'll be able to either buy those other 2 or we might be able to salvage them from other missions. Okay, so with that, I think we're going to wrap up this episode here. So now it should open a little bit more for us. We should have a few more contracts available. Yeah, we have 2 more contracts available. This one is actually where we're at. This one requires us actually flying to Detroit. So we're probably going to do this one. Also, 206,000 freaking C-Bucks is pretty freaking nice. C-Bills, rather. Also salvage 2 of 10, so yeah, not bad. But, all right, so we're going to wrap it up. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game comment, show your support. I'll see you guys next time. Later.